Preface. When I started this story, there was a fear, anger, and hate wave starting to run through our country, and it was putting fear and dread into a lot of people. Being an Uber driver, I talk with many different types of people and hear many different opinions. I'm also a psychic and channeler, amongst other talents, and I felt guided to write a story about how to bring opposites together in a peaceful and understanding way. My passengers would express their fears. These are people who are just trying to live and be recognized as an equal human being who happens to have different color skin, different birthplace, or different gender identity or preference. It never made sense to me how someone could judge someone, hurt someone, or deny someone the basic rights to being a human or the decency of respect because they are different than what society is used to accepting. As the world gets smaller, our lives interact with others who are different. As the world progresses, our minds expand and we become more aware of who we are, what our requirements and desires are, without excuses or permissions to be who we are. That is the right of every human being. Nobody has the right to take that away from anybody. My passengers and I have struck up wonderful conversations, and I have been able to interview more than 12 different nationalities, gays, bisexuals, plus doctors, pastors, environmentalists, biologists, and business people. I have interviewed a healer/teacher, homeless men, an organic farmer, my daughter-in-law, son-in-law, and received a lot of guidance from a Native American friend. I have requested an interview with our local police station but was declined. I happened upon an article that was written about the stress police go through and improvised through that. I also learned disturbing information from the Monsanto website and anti-Monsanto groups and improvised with the information there, along with the nuclear energy sites. I referenced the award-winning movie Sacred Science for the Healing. I also touched a little bit on biofeedback from the work I had done from Jerry and Diane Snelling at Snelling Total Wellness. This story looks at both sides of a conversation and how to bring both together with understanding. It has 6 different premises that we are experiencing today: organic foods versus GMOs, doctor versus healer, black man versus police, clean energy versus energy waste, religion versus spirituality, and homeless man versus CEO. Every character has a different nationality and sexual identity or preference. Without these stories from these amazing people, this story would never have been written. Thank you, Ross, Zipporah, or Zippy, Melody, Ben, Dawn, Lauren, Mark, Sylvie, Wendy, Britt, Bobby, Carlo, Sergio, Tim, David, Devante, Jeremy, David, Robbie, Marcos, Sunny, Dominic, Nikolai, and Miranda. I would also like to mention that I did interview 4 Muslim men, 1 on one ride and 3 on another, but I was not comfortable with trying to interweave it into my story. The information was fascinating, but Islamic law is so strict, I decided to leave it out. I was impressed with the openness and the sharing that occurred as I spoke to people. They were willing to tell their stories of fear and pain. I felt their pain. It was what kept me going to complete the story. It is not my story, it is the story of all of us. We are all part of everybody I interviewed. We all have a story to tell. The characters in my story are not solely one person I've interviewed. They are a combination of 2 or more people, with the exception of Cam. For example, Razia is a combination of a Kenyan woman and a lesbian I interviewed. I never interviewed a lesbian Kenyan. The premises are fictional also. I created scenarios that came to me and I worked with it. I did not base any premise on any event or subject matter that was told to me. I went by my intuition. Shell Imperia.